Hello, everybody. Welcome to this special webinar about how it is to live, work, or study and in Spain, and your all access pass to the Spanish visas offered to you by Gazelle Immigration Group. My name is Luc Mulling. I'm the moderator of today, and I will briefly explain to you some of the interactive options before we go over to the presenter. So first of all, you can tell us where you're logging in from, for example, through the chat. You can find that on the right bottom. There you can let us know. Also, I will open up a couple of pollings. So actually, I will open up one right now. So you'll have that already. You can find it at the right bottom under polls. And we like to hear your options on what you're looking for example, in terms of a visa. So let us know, and then we can adapt also, of course, to your needs. Also important is you can ask and write questions at any time. You can do that through the panel called questions. Please do it there because then we make sure we don't miss out on any of the questions there. And we will be answering the questions probably most likely at the end of the session. And last but not least, we do have another button, a fun button, so to say, at the bottom of the screen where you see the button called React. If you click on that, it will actually give you an emoticon option, and you can click on that to give us some feedback, just one of your liking. Exactly. Those are the ones. So we like to get those. Now, without further ado, let's go over to the presenter. We have Sergio Augusti for you lined up in Barcelona, and he will introduce himself and then explain to you more about the offering of the services and how they can help you.
Thank you, Luke. It's a pleasure to be here. Welcome, everybody, to this webinar. Today, we're going to be talking about mainly student visas and other related topics. First of all, I want to introduce myself. My name is Sergio Agustí. I'm sales team leader and legal advisor in Gazelle Immigration Group. And it will be my pleasure to explain and clarify the immigration process via studying visa to come here to Spain. I'm going to be starting by explaining what is Gazelle Immigration Group. Gazelle is a company specialized in offering comprehensive solutions to help people from all around the world to settle legally here in Spain. Our mission is to facilitate the immigration process, whether it be obtaining visas, residence permits, or, why not, Spanish nationalities, by providing personalized and efficient support every step of the way. Today, we're going to mainly be focusing on study visas, helping international students to fulfill their academic dreams to come here to Spain. We offer full assistance in preparation and management of the documents, ensuring a smooth legal transaction. In addition, we understand that the legal procedure is not done. It doesn't require anything. So we also support our clients in finding suitable accommodations by collaborating with trusted agencies and providing legal advice on rental contracts. With Gazelle, the path to a new life in Spain becomes an easy and stress-free experience. By saying that Spain is part of the European Union, which means that residents of other European unions don't require visas to come to Spain. So this part, the study visa part, is going to be Okay. Then medical insurance. Another requisition to come here to Spain is to have medical insurance coverage here in Spain. Usually, it works best with. Usually it works best with a Spanish company insurance, but whichever company that you have in your home country, if it has international coverage, that works just as fine. Critical disease is just a certificate given by any doctor doing a general checkup. Another of the requisitions is having a clean criminal record. For that reason, the Spanish government requires the criminal records, and it requires the criminal records of the places you have been living. Let's say you have lived in a couple of countries in the past 5 years. So we would require those criminal records from all the countries you've lived in the past 5 years. Aside from that, the criminal record and the medical health certificate have to be legalized by something that's called the Aguiapostille. The Aguiapostille is a treaty between a lot of countries. I know there's not every country is going to be in the Aguiapostille, but a lot of countries. And this treaty just verifies that the document in case is valid for international use. In case your country is not in this treaty, you can look it up in Google. It's quite easy to find. Don't worry. Instead of having this legalization, you will need to go to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in your country, have it legalized there first, and then come to the consulate or embassy in your country to have it legalized another time. And it's really important the order. First, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, then the Spanish consulate or embassy. Then, one of the last documents is a national form. It's a form that anyone can download, but if we can send it to you with your general info, the reasons why you want to come here, approximately the dates, just info for the Spanish administration. And in case anyone here is underage or knows any underage people that want to come to Spain to study, it's needed an authorization of the legal representative. Usually that means the parents. Okay? These are the main documents that the Spanish government requires from any student in order to get the visa. So our role here is to accompany you, to guide you in this process, acquiring the proper documents, making sure everything is exactly what the Spanish government asks for, because they are quite picky in this process. If you don't have the exact document that they require, they're going to deny the visa. So our role here is to help you get exactly what they ask for. Our legal team has plenty of experience in this process and will help you avoid any related any delays, any last minute inconveniences, because we will be working with you hand by hand every step of the way. Now, the way to apply for the studying visa is twofold. You can either do it in your home country or you can do it in Spain. The main difference between doing it in your home country and Spain is, one, the timing, the timing of the resolution, and two, that you have to be, in order to apply from Spain, you need to be able to be in Spain first, okay? Then, in order to apply from your home country, the documents, by the way, are the exact same documents, so in that part, there's no changes there. Again, to apply from your home country, you need to first get an appointment with the consulate or embassy, whichever country, the one that you have in your country, closest to your location. Then you go to the appointment, get all the documents and your visa and your passport, to the consulate. They will take everything, review your case, and then send your passport back to you once your situation has been reviewed. The passport that they will be sending back to you will already have the visa in it once the resolution is done. This process usually takes around 4 weeks, more or less. And then, in order to apply from Spain, first of all, like I told you before, you need to be able to be in Spain legally. What I mean is, for example, I know there's a lot of Canadian people here today, and a Canadian citizen doesn't require anything to come to Spain as a tourist, so he can come here, apply from Spain. However, I know that in Mozambique or Nigeria, you have to get a Schengen visa, you have to get a tourist visa, and this is quite costly. Okay, once you are here in Spain, the documents are the same, but we, Gazelle, will be applying in your name. We will send you something that's called the power of attorney, giving our legal team privilege to submit the application in your name, your behalf. This way, and in Spain, you don't have to get away. You don't have to give the consulate your passport. You can keep it for yourself. But like I said, the documents are the same. You don't have to bring any other documents differently, but the timing is different. What I mean, the timing is it usually takes around 3 months to get the visa approved here in Spain. 3 months is a lot of time, but you don't have to worry, because once we apply in your name, you're going to be totally legal here. You won't be here as a tourist. You will be here as waiting for approval on the visa. So you don't have to worry if it takes longer than 3 months. You will be totally legal here. Now, which one is better for you? It depends of any case. Usually, it works better to apply from your home country. You have a bit more freedom, and it takes less time. And you already come here with the visa, and you don't have to worry about if it's going to be approved or if it's going to be denied. But if you are in a hurry, you can move or go to the consulate or whatever other reason. If you can come legally to Spain with a tourist visa, applying from Spain would be your best option. Now, for studies longer than a year, the visa has to be renewed. It has to be renewed year after year until your studies are done. And this is the legalization. How is it today? We know there's a new law that's going to be implemented. I would say any day soon, but knowing the Spanish administration, maybe next year or a bit further away, that is going to change how the renewal of the visas are done. It's just going to be one time. But so far, we have to abide by the current legislation. So year after year, the visa has to be renewed. Obviously, if you hire our services to get the visa, we will accompany you in the renewal contract, in the renewal process, so you don't have to worry about anything. Now, a question that we usually get asked a lot while having a study visa is, can we work with the study visa? And again, the answer is it depends. It depends on the reason you have the visa. What I mean is, if you come to Spain to study a degree or a master in a university, you're allowed to work here in Spain between 20 to 30 hours weekly as an intern in a company related to the theme of your studies. It cannot be any job. It has to be related to the theme of your studies, because the most important thing and the main reason why you're here in Spain with a student visa is to study. It's not to make money. It's not to work in whatever field you want. It's to study. So it has to be related to your studies. However, if you come to Spain with a studying visa to do a Spanish language course, in this case, you cannot work here in Spain, at least legally. Now, once the visa procedure is done, we need to get what is called the TIE card for non-European citizens, or the NIE number for European citizens. Okay, the service that we offer here with the TIE card, very much like the visa, is again guiding you in acquiring the correct documentation, and filling out the couple forms that are needed to get the TIE. The TIE is the card of a foreign identity that will act as a residence permit here in Spain. Aside from the guidance and acquiring the documents and helping you through the process, the most important part of our job here is, believe it or not, acquiring an appointment. Getting an appointment here in Spain for the TIE card is quite tricky because just a few slots are given once a week in Spain, and there are a lot of people demanding this service. So we will be taking care of acquiring the appointment for you. Okay, and so far we've been talking about non-European citizens, but now we're going to talk about our neighbors from Europe. For people that come from other countries in Europe, like I told before, you don't need any visa to get here because we have a treaty of all the European countries. But once you're here in Spain, you're going to be needing something that is called the NIE number. It's just a number of foreign identification, which you shall require, that you require once you get here in Spain. To get this NIE number, you need to go through a process that's called the European Citizen Registration Certificate, and very much like that, it's basically the TIE card, but for European citizens. And very much like with the TIE process, our role here is the guidance and acquiring the proper documents, getting the appointment, which again is the trickiest part, and to be able to help you through all the process. I want to say that for the people here in this webinar, we offer a special discount. That is because we're based here in Barcelona. To anyone that comes here to Barcelona to study, if you need us to accompany you to the appointment because your neighbors, you still don't speak the language, or just because you want some reassurance, because you are coming from this webinar, we're going to be helping you and we're going to be accompanying you to the appointment. Now, let's say you get the visa, you're here in Spain. Where are you going to stay at? Oops, sorry. Now, where are you going to stay at? At least for me, hotels and Airbnb are expensive long-term options, so they are not viable. I'm guessing for the most of you, it's also the case. So if you're part of this majority that cannot afford an Airbnb, here in Gazelle, we can help you find a place to live. We have a branch specially dedicated exclusively to the housing process. We have partnerships here in Spain with real estate agencies and big search portals, like, for example, Idealista and Fotocasa. So looking for an apartment is not a health process for you. Throughout a short interview with a short free interview, because at the very beginning, every interview and every legal consultation is going to be free for the people here joining us in this webinar. We're gonna find out what kind of place is best for you, your needs and your preferences. We will offer any range of suitable apartments tailored to your preferences. Let's say between 1 to 25. It's going to take less than 25, but just to say a number. Okay, so aside from looking for and helping you looking for the best place, the best apartment that's tailored to your needs and to your preferences, we will also help you overcome the problems and difficulties with the legal contracts and the affidavits. So all you have to do is sit down, sign the contract, and enter your new house. Now, your studies are done, you already have your house, and you're planning to stay here in Spain. There are plenty of options to stay in Spain after your studies are done. The most common, as you can see in the slide, are these visas. The first one that I'm talking about is a work permit. A work permit after your studies are done is basically getting a Spanish company to hire you, so you start working for them. The next most common visa is what is called the job-seeking visa. The job-seeking visa allows you to stay in Spain without a job while you're looking for it. This visa it allows you to stay in Spain for a maximum of 1 year. After 1 year, you either have to change the visa for a work permit or get another type of visa. The high qualified employee visa is basically like a work permit. You get hired by a Spanish company. However, the minimum salary, the minimum amount of the salary has to be higher than 40,000 euros per year. And then the last most common visa is what it's called the digital nomad visa. I'm guessing a lot of you people will be familiar with this visa. This visa allows you to be in Spain, work in Spain, but work for a company that's based outside of Spain and doesn't have a branch in the country. Because today's webinar is mainly about the student visa. If you require more information about this visa, you can always get an appointment with one of our legal assistants, and we can discuss your situation in more detail in person. Now, to end a little bit this seminar, why choose Gazelle Immigration Group? Because we have the best of both worlds. We have our own law firm dedicated exclusively to our clients, and they are experts on how to navigate the Spanish bureaucracy regarding the immigration laws. And we have a team of legal advisors that are at your disposal, ready to guide you and help you at every step of the way. Also, because we're a young startup, I mean full of young people, we have a full understanding of how the world runs with today's technology, and we can relate to the need to live abroad, study abroad, away from your home country, because at least for me, I've done that not that far away, and I get the appealing. Our team consists in people from all around the world, as you may very well are more than welcome to check in our website. We have people from Nigeria, we have people from China working in our team. We speak more than 3 languages, most of us, so nothing gets lost in translation. We're here to help you. We're here to make the process easier. We're here to help you make your dreams come true. Now we're gonna go to the questions and see what you have got here.
Okay, great. Thank you, Sergio.
Thank you very much.
And we already had various questions that came in, so I will go through them. For the people that joined later, just to mention to you as well, you can write your questions at the bottom right on the question tab, and we'll be able to answer them live right now. Now, also, I know that a lot of people these days watch the recording. And if you're watching the recording right now, so you can still write your questions. You can still do that. It's still available. You can interact with us in all these ways. Of course, we cannot answer the question live right now, but we will send the question through to Gazelle Immigration Group so they can come back to you. Okay. So let's go and start with the question from Hossein, if I said it right. Well, he's looking for the best possible visa for him. He has a British passport. What can you say about that?
Can you repeat? You have a British passport, but you need. What is your?
Yeah, well, he's asking for the best possible visa. I think that's what he's saying. I don't know.
But it would depend on the reason why you want to come here to Spain. If you want to come to Spain to study, obviously it's going to be the student visa. If you wanna come to Spain, look for a job, and then get a job here in Spain in a Spanish company, job seeking visa would work best. If you are already hired by a Spanish company, it's either the work permit or the high qualified employee, depending basically on the salary amount.
Right.
But those would be your best option. Oh, no, sorry. Again, the digital nomad. You can always come here with a digital nomad visa, but you have to make sure that there is no branch of the company that you're already working in outside Spain, that there is no branch here in Spain, because otherwise the digital nomad doesn't work.
Okay. Yeah, so you indicated actually in the chat it's about a study. So it would be for the study visa.
If it's
Okay.
for the study, obviously it's going to be the studying visa. It allows you the most freedom, and the other one that allows you to study here. With it allows you to not work here in Spain and stay here in Spain.
Okay. The next question is from Valia. I want more information on how to get a work permit in Spain. Well, you just mentioned about that as well. Can you add something more about this?
Like we said, every case is unique. So when a case is different, we don't know exactly your situation. How are you currently staying at your home country? So for that, we would advise you to reach out to us to have a one-on-one conversation through a legal consultation, totally free. And the consultation is going to be totally free until we decide what your best option to go forward is. And you can get an appointment with us, booking an appointment here in the screen that there's a link to.
Yep. So if you click on the link on the screen, as Sergio was pointing out, you will get to the calendar where you can book a slot and an appointment with Sergio or his team. So
for people here in the webinar, the legal consultations until we decide which way to go with each individual case, it's going to be totally free.
Perfect. Great to hear. Thank you. Next question from Raju, if I said it right. I want to live in Spain and like to work and study there. Currently, I'm holding an unlimited period permanent residence in Slovakia. I guess the question is if he needs a visa, but I'm not sure.
Like I just said, each case is different. Again, I urge you to get a legal consultation with us. But at first glance, having a permit, residence permit, perpetual residence permit in Slovakia, and like I said, each case is different. But you won't be needing a visa to come here because Slovakia is part of the EU. So you could come here without any kind of visa, but still you will need to get the approval of enrollment in any study institute here in Spain, the degree or university or whatever you want to study. But visa-wise, here at first glance, I would say no. But again, each case is different. We don't know exactly the details of your residence permit. So we urge you to get a consultant with us, a legal consultant with us, and we can talk more privately about your case and in more detail.
Perfect. Thank you. Another question that came in through the chat actually was Dorcus, just to make sure. He has a Malawi diplomatic passport. Can this work for me to apply for a job seeking visa or study?
I sound like a parrot, but again, because the diplomatic, it's not a common thing to have. Again, each case is unique. One of our lawyers is going to be more than able to answer this question. So again, if you can book an appointment with us, we can take a look at your situation, and so we can give you a better answer than the one I can give you right now.
Okay. Thank you. Well, we're getting the thumbs up, I see. So that I assume is okay for that reason. Let's see if we had another question. I think so. There was also one more in the chat, so I'm just checking back. So Natalie was asking, well, you cannot legally work in Spain while taking just a language course. That is a question from her. So it's not a full-time school.
Exactly. If you're in Spain under a student visa, studying Spanish or any language, Spanish usually, this visa doesn't allow you to work. Like I said, doesn't allow you to work legally. Whatever you do, I'm not going to tell you to do anything because legally you can't, but that's up to each person. But legally, you are not able to work.
Okay. So thank you. Yeah, we're getting
I'm sorry.
So that is
I wish we could tell you otherwise, because
exactly.
we have a lot of clients that are here learning a language, Spanish, and they want to work, but unfortunately, there's nothing we can do. If you get caught by the Spanish administration, your visa can be terminated. It's nothing worth risking your future for.
Exactly. Thank you. Good. Those were the questions we received so far. I only see a comment from Elliot. I like to see what my options are as a UK citizen who speaks Spanish for master's studies and a career-wise after. So yeah, I hope what Sergio explained gave you some ideas about the options, because that's what this session is for, but also to get in touch with them so you can possibly book an appointment if you'd like to know more as well. You can find the link also in the chat. I will display it again on the screen in just a minute, but just to make sure we have answered the questions from the audience, and want to give it another minute for anyone who likes to know. So anything else, let us know. And this is the moment to ask that. I think you can also follow the social media, I was informed. It should be on the slide here, I think. So I believe that's where the website is, at least. And also you see the handle of the Instagram, where you can follow, possibly with some more news or updates coming as well. In any case, with that, as I don't see any further questions, we will slowly round off the session. And I hope it was useful to you. Again, for people watching the recording, you can still write your questions if you have them. Also, you can, of course, reach out to them by simply booking the appointment, as mentioned. So maybe that is because, like Sergio said various times, every case is different. So you can also then find out a bit more about your personal case. So again, here is the link. Find a slot that suits you. And as Sergio indicated, I think it is the first that there's no direct charge for the appointment, only right after, right?
Oh, exactly. The appointments, the first legal consultations are free, and once we decided the route we're going to take with each individual person, then we can start talking about prices.
Perfect. Well, that's very nice and good to hear. I hope that helps everyone in this session. No further questions. I see I have a last polling question for everybody, because we'd like to always get your feedback and know how we did. Did we meet your expectations, so to say? There it is over our heads, right there. Thank you for answering. Let us know how you feel the session was. Hopefully it was according to your answers and to your expectations. And with that, we'll slowly round off. Maybe a last word from Sergio, just to thank everyone. And from my side, bye-bye.
Obviously, we want to thank everyone who's been here live, or anyone who's going to be watching the recorded version. Like Luke was saying, if you have any other questions, you can send it to him and he will send it back to us so we can reply and help you in any way possible. It's been a pleasure talking about studying visas here with you. And we hope we're going to be doing more of these webinars, talking about other visas, work permits, nationalities. So we're here to help you, and we hope we see you again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.